Here's a generic question, very popular. I kept thinking about the relationship I left. How to let it go? It was a very toxic relationship, but I'm like a drug addict, really want it back. The psychologist says I can't get out of this without antidepressants, but I don't want to take medications. What should I do? First, let's assume that you were the victim in these relationships, not the one who made it toxic. Because otherwise, we would have to approach the problem from a different point. And another thing, antidepressants are prescribed not by psychologists but by psychiatrists. That's why I left this game, by the way, among other reasons. Psychiatrists have teamed up with pharmacists and from endless pointless discussions, still entertained by psychologists, got down to business, pumping you up with medications until there are no symptoms left. The fact that a person becomes a vegetable is a minor detail, side effect. No symptoms, no problem. We won't go there. The comparison to drug addiction is very accurate. There is also dependence on a drug, but not on the one purchased from a dealer, but on the drug produced by your own hormones. In this situation, the worst thing to do, besides seeing a psychiatrist, is to rush into a new relationship to numb the pain. Just like drinking after a hangover. At first you feel better, but later it gets much worse. This is enough from my own experience. It's important to exit a broken relationship properly, especially a toxic one. Properly means gradually cleansing yourself, first of all emotionally. You must get rid of the toxins, not let them settle down, because otherwise the next relationship will stir your glass and all the sediment in it will rise again. So you need to cleanse yourself. Here is how it should be done properly. First, cut off all ties with your ex. Internal ties will take some time. Emotions might take several weeks to several months to dissolve. If you had intimacy with this person, there is an energetic link between your two that can last up to 7 years after your last sex with him. You might be losing energy to your ex during these years, unless you cut off this link. By the way, this pertains to women only. All this video is for women. I just want to emphasize that it's women who are affected by these internal connections, emotional and energetic. But the external links between you two can be cut down immediately. Stop communicating even by phone and text. Delete his contacts from all your social media, block them so you don't run into them accidentally. Out of sight, out of mind, you know. If you have physical photos and letters, burn them up. Don't keep them, don't even bury them under Egyptian pyramids. They're charged and will emit this energy from any corner of our universe. These items are also linked to all involved in them, so just burn them. Fire cleans up everything. Don't burn your ex, by the way. It's illegal in most countries. Destroy or block all that may remind you of that person. Ask a mutual friend not to mention him around you ever. There is a term for it, quarantine. Next, let your emotions loose. Cry as much as you can. Tears release toxins, both physical and emotional. If you are embarrassed, cry at home alone. If you can't cry, it means you're under a lot of emotional pressure. Tear-jerking dramas can help. Who here knows such movies? Share in the comments. Let's help each other. Once the most acute pain is over, begin to seeking out sources of emotional support, people who treat you with sympathy. Usually these are your friends, rarely relatives. Despite all their claims, most parents can't properly understand their children and provide appropriate help and support. Avoid communicating with anyone who tries to criticize you, put you down, or simply remind you of the past. Watch my video on raising your self-esteem. The link is in the description. Particularly stay away from anyone who is trying to help you rebuild your relationships with your ex. Such connectors often have this as a goal in itself. They want to close any deal at all costs, with no regards to your feelings or real situation. Find or create a support group, your girlfriends with whom you can have fun and recharge your feminine energy. And make sure there aren't any men in your support group. This will slow down your recovery, even make it impossible. There are many ways to boost your feminine energy. I'm planning to do a video or even a webinar about it. Follow me not to miss it when it gets out. Also to participate in the webinar and ask there your particular questions. Next, don't forget about your body. Light physical exercises are great for dispelling depression and helping you rediscover your sense of joy. The key word here is light. Don't lift weights or run marathons. It will just make things worse. In general, keep yourself busy. Movement rules. Repaint your house several times. Get a new car or a new cat. Take harp lessons and so on. Because sitting and brooding within your sadness will drag you down to such a depth of negativity that you won't be able to escape, even with antidepressants. After a few months of such active self-therapy, the clouds inside you will begin to clear and the sun will start shining more often. When you stop feeling like a victim, guilty, afraid or angry, you are on the mend. Now you can begin attracting what you want into your life. For example, a prince in a white Mercedes. Visualize it and slowly begin to attract potential princes. There is also a video on how to do it properly so that you won't have to save yourself from these relationships too again. Need help? Write to me. You are welcome.